So I've recently purchased these Asda branded dehumidifiers. They're supposedly single use, but some comments online have said that you can reuse them. But we're going to perform over the coming days 3 tests. The first test is I have my son's bedroom and it has one of these hygrometers in there. These hygrometers can tell you, it records to an app, but it can record temperature over time, relative humidity, which is how much of the room's ability to store moisture is currently being used up, but it also importantly records absolute humidity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and keep the door closed, and we'll see how that absolute humidity drops over time with one of these dehumidifiers inside. And also overnight, so last night he had 12.69 grams per cubic meter of moisture in his room. That was the peak. The night before it was only fractionally less, it was 12.64 instead of 69. So I'm hoping that tonight when he's in bed we'll see a reduction in how much moisture is in the air just by one of these. The next experiment we're going to do is we're going to put one of these scented ones and an unscented one in the master bedroom. And what we're going to do with that one is we're going to see between them which one consumes the most moisture. Are you paying an additional 25p just for the scent, or is it better? Because these top two are £1.25 each and they were scented. The bottom ones are unscented, 4 for £4, so £1 each. However, they are rated for indoor use only. So we'll see what that means. And then the final experiment is I'm going to put one of these in a low temperature room, one of them in a medium temperature room, and one in a high temperature room. So the low temperature room is our downstairs, we could call it a cloakroom, but it's a cupboard where we store coats. That's previously had mold issues. It's an unheated room. It has 2 external walls. And the reason it had mold issues previously is because the gas and electric meter are on the other side of this wall. And where the pipes and the cables come in, it allows the air to come in, it drops the temperature, and unfortunately it's condensated on the walls. And without a draft coming through, that moisture has just stayed there and turned to mold. And we've lost clothes and shoes in the past. However, since I've drilled some holes through the internal door and put a grill on the outside, that mold has disappeared, but it is still a bit musty. So we're going to put a lavender one in that one. The medium temperature room is the dining room. We have a heat pump tumble dryer in there, and we also have a clothes horse, which we are drying clothes on this time of year. It's south-facing. It doesn't get as hot as the kitchen, but it also doesn't get as cold as the kitchen. So we'll see how that one gets on. And the last one is the kitchen. It's the highest temperature room in the house, typically because of the cooking, but also it is the highest humidity also, because we have the kettle going, we're washing dishes, we have a gas hob, which we are boiling water on, but gas also just gives out moisture anyway, gas oven and gas grill. So yeah, those are the 3 experiments. And just to recap again, we're going to have one experiment, which is in my son's room, where we're going to measure the drop in absolute humidity. In the master bedroom, we're going to put one of the scented ones, the blue one, and an indoor use only one, and we're going to compare those against each other. And we're just going to, the third experiment is we're going to put one in the cloakroom, one in the dining room, one in the kitchen, and we'll just monitor how much moisture they're capturing and maybe do a little bit of a comparison amongst the 3. Stick around. I'm going to go put these in the rooms and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so the instructions on this says to remove the plastic lid, peel back the foil wrapper, do not pierce the white layer beneath it, put the plastic lid back on and place it in the area where you're experiencing moisture issues. And then we need to replace the product when it has absorbed the maximum amount of water and the crystals have turned to liquid. Discard by placing in a bag and dispose of when the normal household waste. So see how it goes.